Welcome to Rewriting Real Estate, Millionaire Moves and Modern Tactics with your host, Kimberly Falker, a coach, mentor and strategist for agents who are ready to scale smarter. On this show, you'll learn from high-performing agents who are building their empires with innovation, intention and no apologies. Whether you're an experienced agent stuck at a plateau or a rising star ready to fast-track your success, this podcast gives you the real-world tactics, mindset shifts, and lessons learned from those rewriting the rules.
All right. So hi, Shannon. I'm so grateful that you came on. I've seen you on stage before and I've followed you on social media. But, you know, it's interesting as I was doing more of a deep dive on you for this interview, I realized how amazing of an influence you are on your community and your past clients. I'm super impressed. So I'm excited to kind of dive into that as well as your real estate journey. Kind of give a little brief background on how you got started in real estate and how you've gone to the level that you are now, which is so impressive.
Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, my name's Shannon Gillette. I started in real estate in 2006 as a new home sales consultant and left new home sales after 8 years because I never saw my family. I was working that corporate lifestyle, late nights, weekends, but I was scared to go into residential resale because I knew the stats. I knew 87% of real estate agents don't make it past their first 2 years. But I told myself, I'll give it a year. If it doesn't work out, I can always go back to that new home sales job. So 2014, I went all in, really focused on listing marketing and building my brand on Instagram. It wasn't easy. I started with no money, no clients, couldn't even afford to fix the brakes on my used Honda Odyssey minivan. Fast forward to today, I now lead one of the top teams in Arizona. We'll sell over 250 homes this year, and it's been a wild ride.
Definitely. So did you have a vision on what a successful real estate experience look like for you?
I believe if anyone follows me on Instagram, they know my faith is really important to me. And I believe God's given me this incredible platform and this like vision, like something told me I saw it when I was selling new homes that the industry was missing listing marketing because people would come into my new home sales office. They'd want to buy one of my beautiful homes, but they'd have a home to sell and they would hire a real estate agent. And every agent was doing the same thing, just putting a sign in the yard, taking some photos, throwing the home up on the MLS. The home wouldn't sell. So when I left new home sales, I was like, man, nobody's really marketing their listings. So I went on this journey to learn everything I could about marketing, quickly learned that video marketing is the best way to market a home. Homes with video get more views, 400% more increase. There's so many stats that show every home deserves a video. And I made this commitment. Something told me like film a listing video for every home you list. Even when I couldn't afford my videographer, I've been filming videos since 2015.
That's amazing. Yeah. And then you now specialize. I know that I saw that you will sell any home at any price, but your kind of specialty is in the luxury brand.
I mean, we really do work with all price points. It's not uncommon for us to list multi-million-dollar homes, which is a huge blessing. And yeah, I believe our team, the Gillette Group here in Arizona, can get our clients home a level of exposure that's almost impossible to beat. We film a YouTube video, cinematic video for every home we list. Those videos are getting thousands and thousands of views. It's been crazy to watch my Instagram grow. I've got about 1.3 million impressions every 30 days, nearly 100,000 followers. Our clients also get the benefit of that type of exposure as well. And the more people that know your home's for sale, the faster it'll sell. And we are in very much a buyer's market here in Phoenix right now. The average home is taking a few months to sell. There are no sellers selling for fun right now. They have to sell if they have their home on the market. So this isn't the time as real estate agents to take shortcuts and just hire a photographer and throw the home and just hope somebody finds it.
That's true. That's true. Another thing that I think that you stand out in this industry is that you have a pretty large all-women team. And so I'm curious how you lead into that. And did you have a vision on what it looked like? And has it shifted over the years or how did that happen?
Well, I never thought I'd be a team leader.
Okay.
I'm very much like, I was raised by a single mom. We didn't have a lot growing up. I have this crazy intense work ethic and I'm very much the type of person to be like, I can just do it myself. I can get up at 4 a.m. and make my YouTube thumbnails. How could I trust my clients with a stranger? So it was very difficult for me to grow a team, but it got to the point where my clients were going to suffer if I didn't bring on more people, because
Right.
Instagram and YouTube are my top lead sources. And I built a brand that people are calling me saying, hey, are you taking on new clients right now? Will you list my home? So I had to grow a team out of necessity. But I'm so grateful that I built my team the non-traditional way, where most team leaders, they will really take almost anyone on with a real estate license.
Right.
My team has been built. It's been very intentional through a lot of prayer. We're very big into our core values. Our whole team gets a say in who comes on the team. So
Nice.
we literally only open up positions for our team once a year. We're getting multiple applications every single week,
That's
even though we don't have openings, because it's a big deal. Like, we built this culture that's like a family, and everybody is so positive, experienced, amazing. I have such an incredible team. And what they do best is serve our clients well. And it's so cool to go from being very scared to build a team to now see, wow, like, my clients are served at such a high level because of this great team, and we can help more families each year.
true. True. So do you have a specific number of team members that you cap it at?
It really comes down to what we need for our clients. I could have 100 agents if I wanted. We have 13 right now. We are getting to the point where we are just so blessed with inbound business that we will probably need to open up a few more spots here soon. So that's how we gauge it, and only bringing on agents once or twice a year, because it's a big deal, right? And it's scary because we have such a good team.
Yeah.
Bringing in somebody that maybe doesn't align with what we do at the Gillette Group. I mean, we're different. We're different for sure. We host monthly client appreciation events. In fact, this month we're hosting 5 events.
Wow.
We pray together before meals. Our group chat starts at 6 a.m. and stops at about 9:30. It's a pretty intense team. We're all very close, and it's really cool. It's really cool to lead such a great group of ladies.
Is everyone in Phoenix, or are they all over Arizona?
We are pretty much all in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we serve the whole state of Arizona. Because of our listing marketing plan, we have sellers that live 2-3 hours away from our office calling us up saying, I know you don't live in this area, but will you list my home? We need to sell our home. We need the exposure that all of your platforms and everything can provide.
Outside of the videos, is there anything else unique you do in your listing marketing plan?
Yeah. So when we take on a listing, no matter what the price point, we're really not taking any shortcuts, because we believe every seller deserves exceptional marketing, no matter what the price point. We've literally listed a $100,000 manufactured home where our marketing expense is higher than our commission. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but you know what? It all works out in the end, because our clients come first to us. Like, what do they deserve? And we know that our marketing will get more exposure and ultimately could potentially bring the buyer. There's a lot we do with our listing marketing, but it starts with a cinematic YouTube video. And if anybody goes to my YouTube channel, they'll notice right away, like, our YouTube videos are not your standard listing video where you're standing in front of the front door saying, welcome to 123 Main Street, let's head inside. We want to do something called lifestyle first video marketing. And this is a way to get our YouTube video to live on YouTube forever and to come up in SEO and come up in searches. So in fact, if you were to Google any big neighborhood here, and I live in a town called Queen Creek, Arizona, if you were to Google any big neighborhood here, our YouTube videos will be on the front page of Google. YouTube is the second most visited website in the world. More home buyers are actually on YouTube than Instagram. And the industry isn't talking about YouTube enough for listing marketing.
Yeah, it's true.
So all of our sellers are getting a YouTube video where we are also showing the neighborhood or the town, then the home traditionally. So that way, if we're listing maybe a very basic 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, that YouTube video, nobody's going to really want to watch, right? It's a little boring. But if we highlight what it's like to live in Queen Creek, Arizona, or this neighborhood, that YouTube video will be watched. In fact, there's probably people watching my YouTube video right now as I talk. That YouTube video will be watched years from now, because it's still relevant, because we're sharing the town and the neighborhood. And over 50% of buyers are using YouTube for their home buying research. You can tag your YouTube videos to be on the front page of Google. And then in addition to the video marketing, We also do Zillow Showcase. So we have the premium placement on Zillow, which really helps. 3D tours. We build a custom website for all of our listings. We really go all out. Any new tech or marketing thing that comes out, and if it works, I want it because I want to go to bed at night knowing we have done everything we can to get our clients' home marketed, because it's not fun to sell a home and nobody's selling their home for fun right now.
I know. That's a good point. So you mentioned that you guys start your group chat at, what'd you say, 4 in the morning?
6 a.m. sometimes.
6
We're all
a.m.
moms. We're up
Okay.
early.
So 6
Yeah.
to 9, do you guys have a specific cadence? Do you have an office that they go to or a weekly schedule, or people are more working together in their own business, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so everybody's running their own business. I've always wanted to be a team leader that understands that everybody's an adult, right? You sell homes by working hard. We don't have office hours. We do have a beautiful office. In fact, we host a lot of our events at our office as well because it's on an acre of land and there's an orange grove in the back.
Nice.
We do Tuesday meetings, but we're always in communication, right? I want the team, if they have a question on maybe they have a difficult client experience happening or something, I want it to go in our group chat because I've been in real estate for 20 years, but I'm still learning every single
Right,
day. So we're all learning throughout the day and staying in communications. It just helps build that bond as
Yeah.
a team too, I think.
I think in my opinion, that's a fun way to have a team where everybody is an independent business owner, but you're cohesive in how you help each other out and learn from each other.
Yeah, and I'm very much into building personal brand. I believe the agent with the best personal brand is going to win a lot of the business of the future, right? Building your brand where people know, like, and trust you. So I want to help each of my teammates build their own personal brand as well. So if they have their own listing, they're going to have their own YouTube video, their own Instagram reel, just really helping build that
I
brand
love that.
too.
Yeah. So let's go back to the monthly client appreciation events. I think that's so fabulous, but that seems overwhelming to me. Obviously, their events are in your heart because you clearly are good at them. Because I was watching your stuff about your team's Christmas event, which we'll talk about in a second. But how do you coordinate, or how do you plan, or a monthly event for clients can be daunting?
I started about 3 years ago. We used to do a few events a year, and I asked myself, what if we did an event every single month? Because not only are we giving back to the people that chose us, that trusted us with one of their biggest assets, we're also in front of our past clients every single month,
Good
every
point.
30 days. And when a lot of people hear monthly client events, they think big events in person every 30 days. And our events are not all in person because we also have clients that leave the state of Arizona
True.
and we still want to serve them as well. So each month has a theme. For example, January, we do goat yoga. So it's more of a fitness, in-person, fun event. We want events that are, I always ask myself, this event has to be something I would go to if
Right.
I was the client. And also we want events where they will snap pictures and put it on their social media. So we do everything from free family photos around the holidays. We just did 2 nights of cookies with Santa. Friday night, we've rented out an entire movie theater and we're premiering the new David movie, and we'll have 400 clients come to that. And then there's some in-person events like Mother's Day. We send out a Starbucks gift card like barcode to all of our clients and we say, hey, moms, go get a free Starbucks on us. For Father's Day, June, we do a raffle so they can enter their information. We use a jot form. They enter their information for the raffle, and we give out gift cards to places that dads would love, like Amazon and Home Depot and all of that.
Right.
So we're doing all these events. February, we do a date night giveaway. So they're not all in person. Some of our biggest events are our Easter egg hunt. We do thousands of eggs.
Wow.
And it's a very popular event because we have golden egg prizes. And there's one egg that has a staycation to Great Wolf Lodge in it. We also fill some of the eggs with cash. So the kids, like, this is an event that like has hundreds of people out. We have bounce houses. We rent out a water park in the summer. So we are constantly serving our clients. But the best part is, right, because we're spending over $50,000 a year on events for clients. The best part is our team can track at least one sale back from every single event.
Wow.
Because we have these A-frames at all the events and we say, tag your agent on social media and be entered in to win a gift card. Every single event, we're giving away at least one like Amazon gift card or something because we want to entice our clients to post us on social media. So they're saying, hey, my agent's hosting Cookies with Santa. Thank you so much to the Gillette Group for free family photos. So now their sphere of influence is always seeing us on their social as well. So of course, when it's time for them to buy or sell, they're thinking of the Gillette Group too. So events are huge. I
love
highly
that.
recommend every single agent at least doing one event a year.
So let's say a new agent came out and they love this idea. A, they don't have many clients to invite to the event, or B, it feels overwhelming to do on your own. What would you say would be like the kindergarten version of your masterclass version?
Yes, I believe the invite matters more than anything.
Okay.
You don't have to have huge, large scale events with hundreds of people. So, for example, let's say you want to do free family photos. Maybe you hire one photographer, or you even partner with a new photographer. You book that photographer for 2 hours, use Calendly, have people sign up for 10-minute spots. Literally, that may cost less than $500. And they don't have to all be your clients. Of course, the Gillette Group, we have hundreds and hundreds of clients. We can fill up with clients. But maybe you invite your handful of clients, and then you go on your neighborhood Facebook page and say, hey, I'm actually hosting this client event. I have a few extra openings for free family photos. Text me if you want free family photos. So now you're planting seeds on your social media or in your neighborhood Facebook page that you do client events and they're private VIP, but yet you can let some outsiders in as well. So we'll often do that for our events, like on the last day if we have some extra tickets, simply to plant seeds so people see it like, oh, wow, my agent's not doing those events. So you can literally do events and have 5 people there. And remember, the invite matters. So we may do Cookies with Santa, which is traditionally an event where you probably want kids to come to that. So grandparents will bring their grandkids or parents will bring their kids. But even if somebody doesn't have any kids, we still invite them to Cookies with Santa because it's that touch point. We get to be in front of our clients every 30 days and they're hearing from us and seeing that we're hosting these events.
I love that. I love that. Then going back, I love that family photo idea too. Where do you guys find the venue to get the photos done?
We just do outside. We're in beautiful Arizona, so it's always sunny. We do an outdoor park.
Right. Okay.
Another tip for events is we will always have our videographer at each event. And so we'll use Calendly for people to sign up for the event. And there's a little questionnaire at the end. On a few of events, we'll ask people, would you be willing to speak on camera for a gift card? People love gift cards.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
a bunch of people will say yes. So then we have a little station where we're like, hey, especially family photos, because all of our clients are dressed up, they're feeling confident.
Right.
We'll have a little station where we ask them a few questions like, how was your experience with the Gillette Group? How was your experience with your agent? So now we're getting our clients on video giving reviews for us that we can put on our Google business page or on our YouTube. And that's so powerful, right? And we give them a little Starbucks gift card to thank them for their time. So using your events for extra things are important as well. For our Friday night, when we rent out the movie theater, one of our big goals that night is to get Google reviews. So movie theaters are pretty inexpensive to rent out, especially if you partner with a title company or maybe you even partner with other real estate agents if you're just a solo agent. We're going to have on the screen of the movie when you walk in, QR code to leave us a review. And everybody that leaves a review on Friday is going to be entered in to win an Amazon gift card. So we'll be able to collect a bunch of reviews. Plus clients, obviously we definitely have a 5-star review rating, but they're probably not going to give you anything less than 5 stars.
If they're at the movie theater for free.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you providing information for somebody that feels like they couldn't reach that level of event hosting, which you just simplified it to how it easily could be done, for sure. I love that.
Yeah.
I also was very inspired by your nonprofit, the Christmas Time. Tell us about that program. When did you start it, and how do you manage all the things you're doing?
Oh, I believe as real estate agents, you really should have a heart to serve clients, right? Because this job is not easy. We all know it. It looks easy from an outsider's perspective, but it is a lot on our shoulders when somebody trusts you with their biggest asset, whether it's to find a home or sell their home. And lately, all the fires that come up, I like to say the hard work starts once you go under contract, like all of the inspections, the appraisals, everything coming up. Like, you have to have a true heart to serve our clients, or you probably won't last, right? Because
True.
it's a tough industry to be in. So, as real estate agents, I firmly believe we should not only be serving our clients, but we should be serving the communities in which we work. And there's a lot of need right here in our own local communities. So, a few ways that agents can give back to their local community is simply by reaching out to your local school and saying, like, how can I help? And you may be surprised the things that they will give you. I did that at our local school, and they're like, oh my gosh, will you host donuts with grown-ups? Sure. So we host donuts with grown-ups for the school. They let us give flyers out to all the kids, and it says sponsored by the Gillette Group. They needed raffle prizes, all that. Ask your school how you can help. And then find something that just pulls at your heartstrings within your own community. For my husband and I, we have a huge heart for kids that are in need, specifically kids living in local foster care group homes. And we started a nonprofit several years ago. It's called Purpose Movement. It's grown into something so amazing where we're providing these special experiences all throughout the year for the kids that are often forgotten,
Oh,
especially the teenagers in foster care. So we're hosting several events throughout the year. We just on Sunday hosted our Christmas to Remember. We had 400 kids join us at Walmart, and it's a volunteer experience as well. So each child gets matched with a volunteer shopper. They get $100 and 30 minutes to buy whatever they want. So not only is it very impactful for the kids, but also for the volunteers. And the volunteers can bring their kids. Because when you're matched with a child living in foster care and you tell them they get $100, they could buy whatever they want, they won't run to the toy aisle. They're going to run to the hygiene aisle and get special smelling soap or socks or slippers or fun snacks. Like these kids, they don't get to go to the grocery store and get
right.
Doritos and all of that. It's so cool to see what they fill their cart up with. And we sponsor this event through every home we sell and close. We're donating a portion back of our proceeds to the nonprofit. Plus, we have so many generous donors in the community helping. We also invite our clients to all of our serving events too. So it's really cool to get to serve our local kids in foster care with our clients too.
That's amazing. I love that. That really is impressive. Yeah. Because I think that you're mostly known for your videos and your presence in the video world, but I think that some of this information from the events that you throw for your clients, as well as the foster care, as well as the faith-based ones you're bringing up, those are big touch points to the world of real estate that I think is sadly lacking in a lot of ways. People do client events, but I can sense that your heart is 100% behind everything you're doing, which I just very impressed. I'm glad that we didn't just talk about social media, but
Yes, no, I appreciate that. And a lot of people, obviously, let's say some team leaders are watching and thinking, how do you find time to host all those events? So what we've done on our team is each teammate is responsible for one event a year.
Oh.
Yeah. So for example, Amy and Melanie, they're the leaders with Cookies with Santa. So they're the ones like doing all the planning, getting the vendors. And of course, we're there to help on event day
Right.
and maybe some setup, but that's their event. Because with 13 ladies, like you can't have 13 people planning one event. So it really helps split it up to where it's not too overwhelming.
Oh yeah, and more
um,
fun
for
too.
yeah. No, and it's so cool. Like we're all moms and we bring our kids along to all the events. And I always tell some of my teammates with the little kids, I'm like, I bet your kids think you have the coolest job because you're like hanging out with Santa Claus and
Exactly.
getting cool Easter eggs filled with money.
Now I really appreciate because again, I appreciate you bringing it at a basic level for somebody that may not have a team or is just getting started or hasn't thought of some of these ideas and how you can scale it. But I love the fact that to be in this industry, we are serving but we also, I think, should be focused on serving outside of ourselves too and our clients, which
I
I'm so
agree. And
impressed.
yeah, I also tell clients, like, man, if you're interviewing multiple real estate agents, ask each agent this one question. Ask them, how do you serve your community? Not by just writing a check. How are you out serving your community? And even that's one of the questions we have when we're bringing on new teammates.
I love
Every
that.
single teammate on the Gillette Group needs to be actively involved in their community, whether they're serving within their local schools, within their local church. That's part of our core values is giving back to the community. It's very important to us. And they have to have that heart or they would get really annoyed with our team because we are always out helping people and hosting events. But it's super powerful, right? Not only to make a difference in the community, but also getting your name out there, which will turn into sales.
Right.
Because I believe if a client asks an agent that question and they can't answer with anything, that could tell you a lot about your agent, I think.
Yeah. I love it. Let's touch for a moment on social media. And I know a certain time frame here, but for somebody that really hasn't jumped into it, I know that everybody always feels that they're behind. I didn't jump in when it's time. Are they behind? And or what would be the right way to get started if your goal is to get some business off of social media?
Yeah, well, I have been just so blessed with such an incredible platform with Instagram, nearly 100,000 followers, 1.3 million impressions every 30 days. It's crazy. I never thought in a million years I would have this. But I started with 0 followers, and everyone starts at 0. And when I started building my Instagram, it was back in the day when a lot of real estate agents, when they would post, it would be just sold, just listed, Canva graphics. It would be, you wouldn't even see their face. You wouldn't even know anything about them besides their job. And we have to remember that people are going to Instagram to escape reality. They're
Good point.
choosing Instagram versus watching TV. They want to be entertained. Nobody would sit down on the couch and just turn on commercials, right? And if
Right.
you're using your Instagram to just be a nonstop commercial, nobody wants to watch that. So when I started building my personal brand on Instagram, it was a direct reflection of what some influencers were doing outside of real estate that I enjoyed following. I enjoyed following the people that I knew. I felt like I knew them. I knew their dog's name. I knew what their husband did for a living. I knew where they just vacationed.
That's true.
I knew what their kitchen looked like. Like, I just felt like we were friends, although we don't know each other. I mean, social media is really weird in that aspect. But I was like, man, could I do that as a real estate agent? It seems really weird because nobody else is doing this. This was like 2016. Can I let people in on my life? And I started doing that. And as real estate agents, we all have a personal brand. And you can find what your personal brand is by writing down 3 to 4 things that make you, you besides your job. So for me, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of the same things. You'll see my faith is really important to me. I have 3 boys. I have 2 dogs, my husband. We love to travel. You'll see a lot of behind the scenes of listing shoots and behind the scenes at our Tuesday meetings and team stuff and client events. So you're following along. And then people, they start to feel like they know me. So I can't really go anywhere in my town without people like coming up to me and saying, oh, I see your YouTube videos and all that. But they feel like they know me. And that's amazing. So every agent can do that, even if you're starting at 0, because everyone starts at 0. You can't get caught up in the views. Even if 20 people see your Instagram story, that's 20 people that you've just planted a little seed with, that they see you're up early working out, or you're out in the Arizona heat putting out your open house signs, like you're
Right.
planting seeds. And a lot of my Instagram success has come from my Instagram stories. I will post minimum 5 stories a day, every single day of the year. Too many people are teaching Instagram and they're only talking about reels and feed posts, which those are important. But the Instagram stories are a lot easier to just like post behind the scenes of your
Right.
life all day long.
That's true. I love that. And I agree with you on the stories. And I think stories for people that are nervous about getting started is a great place to start because it goes away. So you can be a little bit more bold in that moment,
Yeah. And at the end of the day, 5-10 stories a day sounds like a lot, but they're 15 seconds each. So
Right.
you may be posting 2 minutes of your day. So it's really, you get into a habit of it. It's not easy at first. And it's also, if you're a mom with kids like me, at first my family didn't love it that I do a little, we'll be out to dinner at our favorite restaurant. I'll do a little behind the scenes at dinner. They would get annoyed with that. But now they're like, oh my gosh, I have this incredible life. I tell them, like, you want to eat? Like, this is how we put food on the table, is through Instagram. So now they're totally okay with it.
It's
It's like,
funny.
you don't need to have your phone out the whole dinner. Just
Yeah.
like my husband and I went to breakfast together this morning. I did one little picture of our coffee, threw it up on Instagram. So now people feel like they've come along with me through the day, which is so powerful. And
Mhm.
don't get caught up in your views. It's totally fine. If
And
anything,
to
there's
your,
some benefit. What?
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if anything, there is actually a benefit to having low views when you get to where I am, it's cool. I get a lot of clients from Instagram, but I have reels that have 100,000 views. So I now become not approachable. People call me and I answer and they're like, wait, this is you? I am like, yes, I am a normal real estate agent. I sell homes. I take clients out. I meet with clients. So if you have a smaller view count, you're more approachable than if you have this huge following. Because I think there are people that are maybe DM me and think it's not really me. Nobody has
Right.
access to my Instagram. I answer every DM and it is me.
I love that. And I like your analogy or your mention of if you only have 20 views, picture if you're in a room with 20 people listening to what you say. 20 is more people than most of us get in front of in a day.
Yeah, no, I love that. And one thing I do to save time is twice a month, I batch film content. I use a teleprompter. I bring my videographer out for an hour. ChatGPT makes it so easy.
Oh, I
You
know.
could literally type into ChatGPT, write me 10 reel scripts like Shannon Gillette, and it'll just write them for you. And now I put them on a teleprompter. I sit in front of the camera. I read out the stuff. So now I always have things in folders that I can post on my feed. And I was at a concert recently and we were sitting at the bottom and it was in a big stadium. There's probably 75,000 people in this stadium and the lights were down and it was towards the end of the concert and I was sitting there and I looked up and I saw all these people and I almost started crying. I was like, this is 75,000 people. I post content that gets in front of 75,000 people. That would be like being on that stage right now in front of a stadium. It is crazy. And you don't have to have a huge following to have something go viral, or maybe you have 10,000 views. That's a lot of people too.
That's true. That's a very good point. So really it's the messages, just get started and do a little bit at a time.
Yeah. And don't give up because you're not going to post one thing and all of a sudden your phone starts ringing. It took me probably 6 months of posting really cringy content before my phone started ringing. And I think that's why 87% of real estate agents don't make it past their first 2 years because they give up too fast. They host one open house and didn't sell any homes. And then they say open houses don't work for me. Or they spend 1 hour cold calling and say, oh, calling doesn't work for me. You have to pick one or two things and go all in at least for 6 months. Because the work you do today, you'll see those results in 3-6 months. It's not that hard to find clients. And that's another thing that just annoys me about the real estate industry is if anybody's complaining that they're slow or they don't have clients, I want to be like, show me what you've been doing the past 6 months. Do you treat this like a full-time job or is this just a hobby? It's not easy. It's not going to be like this overnight success. You have to put in the work. And the cool thing with Instagram is you can put in the work on Instagram and sell homes from it.
That's true. That's true. And it is funny because it's like, I jokingly say to my husband, it's like, either at the end of the year, it's either I'm patting myself on the back or I'm like, I should be fired. It's like 100% of my income is based on me. It's not the market. We've both been through tough times in real estate. So it's 100% true. You're right. It's like there's always somebody that needs to buy or sell that we can find if we do the right things.
I agree.
So with that being said, first of all, thank you again. I do like to end with this question that if you were required to move tomorrow to a market that you've never been to before, you know nobody, and you're starting all the way from scratch with the knowledge that you already have, what would you do to scale as quickly as possible?
If I was moving to a new market, I think I would join a team. I don't think I would want to do it alone or as a solo agent. I would join the best team in town, learn everything I can from that team, and hopefully have more opportunities, more open house opportunities, more leads. I think it's tough to be a solo agent these days. And especially if you have a family like me, I was a solo agent up until 2020. I was all things to every single client, every inspection, every call, every dinner I had to leave to work out low appraisals. I would join a team and I would just start going out and filming content. I would obviously not have any listings day one, so I would find some beautiful listings and ask if I can go film there. I would host open houses every single weekend and film a lot of hyperlocal content. Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah. Now you're like, so let's do it. Shannon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I look forward to meeting you in person at the next real event, wherever it is. Or maybe at your event in Phoenix.
Thank you.
I would love to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. And hopefully we see you on February 17th.
I
at
know.
the
I would love
Awaken-
to. I gotta look into that. But anyway, thank you,
Well,
Shannon,
thank you.
and take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Rewriting Real Estate. If today's episode challenged your thinking or gave you a strategy worth trying, share it. The right move at the right time can change everything. Subscribe and listen in next week for more insight, more momentum, and more ways to grow your business your way.